So let's get into it. This is another PvP video. I did want to say about the coloring on the screen. That is a filter that I'm using through PlayStation Share Factory. The reason I do it is because some of the maps can be too much. It has too much blue light and white light, which I don't know if people know this can. It can one, hurt your screen. So if you're on an older phone, it can burn your screen out, and two, it will actually wear out your eyes and make you really strain your neck, and also like it will mess with a lot of muscles, a lot of eye muscles in your head as well. It can also cause migraines and can severely fuck with your vision. So that's what the amber color filter is, and I'm also hoping that it's supposed to be like you're in the helmet, like that's your helmet view. Same thing with the POV that I use. I use a tighter field of view when I play games as well. For me, it feels like I'm more immersed. If you were in an actual battlefield situation, you would not be able to see hundreds of degrees, to your side, front, and even behind you. You'd only be able to see, like, depending on how good your vision is. I can see my hands right on the side of my face without even looking at like horse eyes. But most people can only see like flat front of their face, and then it starts to go away. But yeah, this is an interesting match. It's basically it starts like any other match, but it goes down to me and my other teammate and their whole team. So you have between 3 and 4 mechs you can get even more to unlock once you rank up. And once those mechs are gone, they're gone. You can't get another one. Sometimes you can, most cases you can't. So you have to be very careful. That's what happened. I was down to my last, I think, 2 mechs at the end, and my teammate only had 1 mech left. So towards the end of this video, it ends up being a 2v, whatever is left of their team. And it wasn't just, they had some scouts, but most of them were heavy. They were heavy mechs. And in case anybody's played Mech Warrior Online, there is a weight limit, I believe, for ranked play and stuff, and other like public drops. They also have to work in weight as well. Here it isn't. A whole team could have if you coordinated teams, everybody could have a bulwark mech, where everybody could have like a really heavy bastard. Heavy armor, moves fast, good weapon, just stuff like that. But there are trade-offs. As you can see in some of the footage, you have a bigger hitbox. Everything's bigger. You can be seen from further away. It's harder to get away from missiles. You're reliant more on your support abilities, which are the things on the right side, and then the shield with the circle above it. That's the consumables, and once that's gone, it's gone. Most light mechs to medium and assault mechs can move out of their own way. When you get into the heavy mechs, then it's over if you really get stuck in it. I also wanted to keep going. I'm now officially moved over to being a Twitter content creator. That's just how it is. The way I record, I can't link my PlayStation account with my Twitter account. They don't like doing that for some reason. I don't know, politics, some bullshit. Someone probably got their panties wet and doesn't like Elon Musk. I'm just gonna count it as that. That's most what it is. Politics gets in the way of business. They didn't need money anyway. Whatever. That being said, I have to basically edit it in Share Factory, and then I do my voiceovers and anything extra, and then I render it and I push it right to YouTube, and then from YouTube I put it on Twitter. So YouTube is basically my stream archive that I was streaming. I don't really do anything on YouTube besides, watch stuff that I like. Do I stream on Twitch? No, I don't stream on Twitch. It's not really profitable anymore for me to do YouTube shorts, because the content I do the YouTube shorts of, I don't make anymore. That was Destiny content. I just don't want to play it anymore. And I honestly feel better since I've stopped playing Destiny. Warframe has also disappeared. I didn't hate the game. It's just I play too much, and there are people who can make way better content on it than I can. That's not humble bragging. That's the truth. Excuse me. That's the reflex. What else do I want to talk about? Real quick, while I'm on the topic. The whole thing with outrage culture that I've been noticing is, people saying it's okay for, like, I'm confused, right? Because everybody wants to have a relationship, but it's fine for some people to have them and some people not. And I think a lot of it comes into I'm just going to say it, the school system in Europe and America are absolute shit. It's absolute shit. We have something here, I don't know if it's being done away with now because COVID has helped parents to see what kind of shite their kids are being taught, and that's frankly what it is. When I went to school, 2 + 2 was 4. Now it could be anything else, because you don't want to say, oh, a black kid or a Mexican kid gave the wrong answer. It's like kids aren't being sent to school to learn anymore. They're being sent to school not to learn. It doesn't benefit the people in power to have an intelligent generation of people coming in. They don't know how to vote. They can't handle their own houses. They go to college and they don't learn anything. And then they have debt. And even with all of that, if you manage to come out of high school with an education, then you're put into a workforce that was ruined by the boomers that held on to everything and just like kept it within their family, which is fine, but there's less resources, things cost more, and people don't want to work, they'd rather stream. So you have that, and then you have the people who are streaming making political decisions for an economy that they're not involved in. It takes thousands of people, it may seem like I'm getting in a tangent, but there's a point to this. It takes thousands of people to prop up the ass of a streamer. I'm just going to say that, right? I don't hate streamers, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm an artist. I do art. I am well aware that the world can do without me. Same thing with acting. Same thing with all the stuff with the SAG actors getting kicked. You're being replaced by AI because you're not an EMT. Your job's not necessary. I'm sorry, it's not. Same thing with McDonald's workers. You hate your jobs anyway. You're out there jerking off behind a dumpster and smoking weed. That's just how it is. It's the same thing with streaming. You need thousands of people working normal jobs, and then you vote for these communistic politics that benefits you because you want to live in, let's say, California or wherever, which is fine. And then you basically act like a spoiled brat. It's like, well, I think communism is good. Bitch, please, you don't even work a job. People who work normal jobs, people in the military, people in the police force, people who work office jobs they hate, those are the people who make money, and they give you that money. They give you that money because they like the content you're making. But what they don't like is your lazy ass votes for things that make their life harder. And then you have the American school system. It doesn't teach home ec. It doesn't matter your gender. It doesn't teach home ec. It doesn't teach shop. It doesn't teach them anything. And Europe's the same way. Let's be honest, Europe's the same way. And that's about right. These are the very same people that say, oh, equal rights for women, equal rights for homosexuals, equal rights for Mexicans or black people. It's like, okay, what's wrong with saying men should be happy in a relationship? It's like, forget about what it's like for us in divorce lawsuits. You know, in America, you could lose the house. It doesn't matter if you're in the right. You'll lose the house, you'll lose the kid, and you'll lose half your paycheck every month. And I'm just going to say this towards the end of the video: we don't import anything. America and Europe don't import anything. They don't export anything to the rest of the world, is what I mean. You got places like China, you got places like Japan, you got the rest of the world, they make shit. What we make are fucktards like Hassan fucking Piker and low IQ T Cinderella and Frogang. That's what we make. That's our produce. That's what our country's legacy is. People like that go to places like Japan and China and fuck up their culture. That's what we give to the world. And then we wonder why people don't want to hear us. On top of the fact, we have the fucking ass lookers who walk around, act like they can treat people however they want because they have a Bible, because they have religion. And Catholic, don't even get me started on Catholics. Catholics are the same, right? Catholics are the same. One group rapes children, the other group are narcissistic assholes. That's it, right? And maybe people should just stop fucking with each other, stay out of other countries, stop giving money to Israel, stop giving money to Africa, stop giving funds to other countries. We have poor places like fucking Appalachia. They can't put food on the fucking table. They have to send their sons and daughters into the war to die because they can't send their kids to college because they have to worry about getting salmonella from their tap water. That's the problems we have in America. We got child trafficking here. So instead of going abroad and fucking other cultures up, we need to focus on our shit. Nobody gives a fuck about representation games, about cartoons, any of that bullshit. Nothing's fun anymore. Movies suck. Games are being ruined. There's nothing for kids. There's nowhere for kids to go. And let me just land on this, speaking of kids. It takes twice as much resources and time to groom a kid than it does to rape or traffic a kid. And I can guarantee you that if all these parents had to worry about, like all the other places like Machu Picchu and Peru, their government knows. Their government fucking knows. That's why sex tourism is legal. Then maybe, if they legalize it, it won't be so bad because they can't stop it. But here we haven't got that fucking idea through their head. Places like Africa, they don't have laws of consent. They don't fucking care. Everybody knows you're not supposed to fuck a baby. Everybody fucking knows it. But in the first world, where we have smartphones and dumb people. Alright, I'm done. Hope you all have a good